Morning grind. So turn the volume up. We've got the best music, your community leaders, news, weather, and traffic updates. 88.7 KAZI FM, the voice of Austin.
FM KAZI, straight up 7:30. It's a wonderful Warfield Wednesday. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Your boy Jabari Warfield in the building, along with Dab Dub and Simply Courtney. We are the Wednesday edition of the Morning Grind. We jump from Wednesday. We're going to take it all the way to Friday. We ain't going to even wait.
Sorry, Thursday.
Yeah, sorry, Thursday. You out.
You're over with. Yeah. We're over you.
I'm Team Thursday.
I'm not.
Thursday, we got to get the come up.
I'm sick of it all.
You sick of Thursday?
Already?
I'm sick of it all. Start over.
Youngin.
What?
You ain't lived as many years as us. You can't be over it
I can't
already.
Be over it already.
As much as we done been through.
You ain't ever woke up in the morning. You ain't ever woke up in the morning and been like, you know what? No.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, dude. Like,
that sounds like the title of a movie.
It
You
does.
know what? No.
That's where I'm at right now, okay? Because I just saw the weather behind your head.
Yeah.
It was on the screen.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yes, brother.
I thought we were done.
No, not yet, son.
Texas.
I thought we were done.
Tejas.
It's September.
Welcome to Texas.
Lone Star State.
I'm from here, and I'm still not okay
the Republic.
with this.
Yeah.
It's hot again.
I'm done with you when I say I'm done with you.
Can we stop?
Nope.
No, we cannot.
I want to wear a jacket already.
Texas is trying to prove something.
Yeah, what is it trying to prove? And then can we ask questions like the moon is just hanging outside still?
That thing.
What happened? Like
the moon is mooning. I walked out. It was like,
Okay.
did somebody
Surprise!
make him mad? Did somebody make the moon? Did somebody challenge the moon and say, "I bet you
He's
won't"?
bucking
the moon's
up.
like, I'm still here.
It's all this Pluto talk. Is it a planet? Is it not a planet?
Exactly.
Hold on, I'm right here, and y'all ain't never done nothing with
I
me
wish
going
you
on
would.
them other places,
Yeah.
looking at sending back other systems, and I'm right here.
I wish a planet would.
That's what it feels like.
Couple footprints in my dirt,
The
and that's
weather.
all y'all want to do. Always talking about Mars. You can live right here.
Everything is just like aggressive right now. I don't know. Like the weather is just like 99, 99,
Yeah.
99.
Yeah, and it was nice for a minute too,
Yeah.
like for about a week or so.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man, we getting the early fall. Hey,
Yeah.
Nope.
I was happy, man. I was like, oh,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
I ain't sweating.
Summer
you know?
took a vacation.
I forgot to put
And then came
deodorant
back.
on and wasn't immediately reminded that I didn't put deodorant on. and now it's like, hey, maybe I should put it on
You
again.
better go get that.
You ever put it on twice in one day? Is that where we at
Yes,
now?
yeah,
Is
yeah,
this
a couple
normal
times.
life?
Yeah, it's a couple times. Yeah.
I ain't even did nothing but just walk and talk, and I'm still. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna just excuse. You know what? I'm in the spot now. I put deodorant on in front of people
Hey.
in regular settings now, and I don't even address it. I just be like, sloop,
Well,
sloop.
well,
yeah.
I think they would be pretty congratulatory. They'll say, "Hey, good job, man. We appreciate that you're doing that."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jabari, do
Yes, sir.
you remember the spray on? Because they don't might use aerosol
What?
deodorant no more.
I remember the spray
What?
on.
Yeah, brother.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You?
the little spray joint.
Spray on
Gross.
and
Yeah.
the roll on.
I got-
The roll on was even worse. I'd rather
Wait.
take the spray on than the roll on.
Sir.
Yeah,
What?
band
If
roll on.
your
it was
hair was
called
too
band.
long, it get caught up in the roll on.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And you had to wait for it to dry too. It was not good.
Brother, what's that?
But the ladies used to wave, like fan it.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
This was all real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Disturbing.
You know what? Bring Brute back.
By Fabergé.
Wait, ain't that the stuff that you put after you shave or something?
I want some Jordache coming back.
Yeah,
and
right.
then a brother know he living. They need to know what we do.
Yes, sir. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. They need to know all of that.
Hey, I wanted to talk to y'all about something.
Okay, cool.
When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall.
All right, yeah.
And in the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call, telling me I need a girl who's the sweetest. For the first time in my life,
Yeah.
I need love.
You need love, though?
Yeah.
You need love.
You don't need love. You need another kid. That's what you need. I mean, that's because that'd be four, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey.
That'd be four.
Yeah. Oh man, it would be.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
I better stop talking into this
All
Yeah.
right,
You
microphone.
can't. Yeah. Watch
She don't
out.
listen anyway.
All right, Nick
Watch out.
Cannon.
I will get stabbed.
Did
What you mean you want to do
Cannon?
another
All
one?
right, Nick Cannon, you better quit. Quick while you
I ain't
ahead.
got that Nick
Son,
money.
son.
You know, he was wealthy before he even was big. His family came from money.
That's
Like,
what I've seen. They
man,
did pretty good
come
for
on,
themselves.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Ain't even
let me
right.
stop hating. If you want to have 15 kids, go ahead. If you want to have 67 kids, Antoine, is it Antonio Cromartie? I think-
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then I'm glad you're so supportive.
Yeah.
Just a little question. Can I get a couple babysitting?
No.
What? Why
Man,
not?
listen,
Yeah,
'cause
need
you got
some
multiple
help.
You ain't gonna help me
kids.
out?
Need some
When
help.
you got multiple kids to babysit, that's
Yeah.
multiple problems. No.
But-
Because now you might keep one kid safe and then the other, okay, this is fun. Every now and then I pet sit for my friends.
Right.
I pet sit this weekend. Didn't know that my friend had 2 cats the whole weekend.
Really?
There was only one cat that came out the whole time.
And
Again.
the other one came out.
Surprise.
I
Where's
was
the other
like,
one
just hiding.
That's what they do.
So I kept one cat safe and the other cat was on his own.
Wow.
I feel like I did it wrong. I feel like I should have came and looked for him, but I don't be walking through people's places.
No, of course
You
not.
tell me you got a dog and a cat, I'll see a dog and
I
a
say
cat.
the
we
same
good.
thing when it comes to these animals. They got to be smart. People that are distraught because the animal ran away.
Yeah.
Not your boy.
Ooh.
If you think it's better somewhere else,
Freedom.
go.
Freedom.
Because
Yeah.
I'm doing all this for you.
Right here.
Vet bills.
Yeah.
Feeding you.
Uh-huh.
I'm good.
Meow.
See ya.
Meow.
Meow. Jerk.
Yeah, that's man, that's great. Pet
Wait.
sitting is an invention.
Do you let your cat outside? Are you an outside cat?
I
person?
did not let my cat outside, but I had the last cat I had. I had that cat trained to walk with me,
Oh, that's Doug
like a
right there.
dog,
That's cool.
off leash. Because
Really?
I believe that cat thought it was a dog, but I
Oh,
raised
good.
it that way,
Right.
with my dog,
I ain't mad at you.
to make sure it would stay with me. Because man, that litter box stuff is ridiculous,
Dude,
son.
big time.
You ain't
just-
got, you ain't
nope.
got one of them automatic ones that
Done.
shove it.
At
it
that
shoves it all
time,
of that?
no.
Yeah, exactly.
It's been years.
Really?
It's been, good grief, man. It done been about 17 years since I had a cat.
Yeah.
I just realized that. But nah, that's why I was like, man, we could, they're so clean. You know,
They
they'll
are.
go out and then, you know, they'll dig a, that's why it's called a cat hole. We call it a cat hole in the Army.
Right.
And they'll dig that hole.
Yeah.
Man,
Let
You
them,
don't
let
even
them
know.
do what they need to do.
because I was doing some things back in the day.
Okay.
Right.
And man, you can't be. I didn't have the attention span for a litter box and the clumps and nah, I can't do it.
Yeah, there's a
let
lot-
them out, let them back in.
We had
a lot
a cat,
going
we
on.
had
Go
a
for
cat
the
that
walk.
was an outdoor cat, and it was kind of cool. My first apartment, we had a cat that would like just leave,
Oh,
and then he would come back. No, she would come back whenever she wanted to, and it was kind of cool,
Right.
Because like we had the litter. No, what is it called? The flea collar.
Right.
Flea collar, yeah.
So they wasn't bringing fleas in.
Okay.
They would eat.
I was-
They'd
I was
come back
gonna
and
ask.
eat. Yeah, they'd come back and eat. But we had this really cool field next door to our apartment, so they could just run out and go play and go on adventures and stuff.
oh, that thing was chasing mice over
Yeah,
there in
and then
that
at some
field.
point it'd be like, meow. I'm like, oh, Kitty Mama's back. That was the cat's name, Kitty Mama. I miss Kitty Mama. Kitty Mama was a
Oh
cool
well, let me
cat.
tell you some of the.
Doug.
So my last cat's name was Freebie.
Yeah,
So yeah, I understand the name game.
we are so random when it comes to cats' names. I think dogs be getting names that mean something. Cats be getting a name that's just like, yeah, that's a homie over there.
So you can identify them when you drop them off
I think
at
so.
the vets. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's my cat. That's
And I got mine for free.
that's
That sounds about right.
So that's all I needed for the
ain't nothing
name.
wrong with that.
We took the cat to the vet, and the cat had a last name when it came back, and I felt bad because I had never even gave this cat a last name.
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, Kitty Creighton. Oh, that's a cute name. I didn't even realize you had 2 names this whole time.
Right,
I guess
right.
you are mine,
Yeah. Apparently, we supposed to claim them.
man. Whatever.
I
I,
don't
Yeah,
call
kinda.
them fur babies.
don't either.
but-
'Cause I got real babies.
Yeah,
No.
but
Yeah,
you know,
I know. Yeah,
get
people
it.
do that the fur baby thing, and I've never adjusted to that very well. It's like, okay, cool, you do you.
Nah, it ain't the
But
same.
No, I don't know about that.
Jabari, you ever been invited to a fur baby's birthday party and not realized there was a fur baby and brought you a real baby by accident?
I have not. I have not. Thank God for that. Now I've been over people's houses where there've been, dogs and cats, but not an actual party for the pet.
You used to bring your kid to my kid's birthday party. You get there and it's a goat.
Goat, like
That
goat,
was a real
goat.
good joke.
Nice.
It's too early for me to
Yeah,
check
it's
that
too
out,
early. Yeah. Let me get the coffee to zip into my system and I'll be able to do that. Here we go.
Fair.
All right, 7:39 here on 88.7 FM KAZI. A little later on in the program, we've got a couple of folks that we're going to be talking with. We're going to be talking with the folks over at the Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management and the folks from STEMS. So stick around. Good mix from my man Jay Hunt. That was dope. Now,
Skills.
yeah,
Did you really have to say fire?
I'm sorry.
Sir.
Fire.
Sir, can we not talk about pyrotechnics and Bobby Brown?
Fire.
Jeez, man. Some of us are still scarred from that Frank Irwin Center concert back in the 80s,
I
okay?
was just getting ready to ask you about that. Should I have turned Bobby
Yeah,
down a
you
little
got
bit?
you got to bring that back for the new listeners.
Yeah, hit him up.
Can y'all just ride with me for a second? Picture it, 1980, whatever. Maybe 90. I'm pretty sure it was the 80s. Bobby Brown comes through concert, and you know how when people first pop out on the stage, they're trying to rally you up and get the crowd hype and stuff? Well, at some point, they decided to make a big old boom happen, and explosions happen. Now, here's the deal, y'all. I'm not scared now. I'm not scared of pyrotechnics now. But as a kid, I had a fear, possibly, maybe a phobia. I don't know. I don't know what the word means right now, but I just know that I would run away from things. And so my mom and the camp, because we went as a camp, were watching Bobby Brown, and the pyrotechnics happened, and I ran out of the Frank Irwin Center.
Now, you ran out the door. You didn't even
So
go
I
to the
didn't
bathroom.
I didn't get out the Frank Irwin Center.
Right,
I got out of the main.
You got out of the auditorium.
Yes.
Okay. I was. you see-
He said he popped out. Sometimes you gotta pop
Pop
out
out
and show Courtney.
people, man.
yeah. See, exactly.
That was me.
Certified boogeyman. I'm the one that.
Oh, you
I'm
wild.
scoring him. Yeah, hey, that's
scarred.
that is
Bro was scarred.
entertainment, brother.
Oh my God.
Entertainment.
He could
At
have
its
just
finest.
He could have just came out and danced.
He's a pop sensation.
Stop saying pop now. This is bad.
Yeah, you're just pushing the red meter. And just going.
Dang.
Crackle, crackle, crackle.
No, it does get loud. Like some concerts get loud. I mean, just like seriously loud. Like what in the world? I was actually at I went to see Daddy Yankee. I'm a real big fan of Daddy Yankee's music. And so he had these pyrotechnics, these 4 flames, right? And I'm talking like way up. I had some great seats, but I mean, he was like way away. And every time this heat would come up, I felt it.
Ooh.
And I'm like nowhere near this thing. Nowhere near. I mean, I must have been at least 100 yards away. And I felt it when they fired this thing up every time. I know everybody did. I got blacker than I was before I came in. I'm like, wait a minute. I didn't come here for a suntan. I came here to see Gasolina. It was crazy. But no, the stuff that they had to some of the shows, they can affect you. And so we sympathize with you, brother.
So are you
Brother
saying
Sidney
that
Courtney.
are you saying that the show was the bomb?
Sir. Sir.
All right. Oh, that joke was a dud, huh?
Oh, man.
Take the envelope and just push it. Just
All
a little further.
I know is I think there's a residual effect in me that if I go to a concert for a split second, I turn back into that kid. Right, like when the lights go loud and everybody, like the lights go down, and everybody starts clapping and they go, oh! I'm like, don't do it right now.
Wow.
Don't do the
Wow.
crowd. I'm not gonna run,
Yeah.
but I'm not.
You
100
might, but you might.
You know when it's 95%? I'm like 95% sure I'm not gonna run out when it happens.
Really?
The city should have had an ordinance for someone at that age who would have been affected. I mean, it's like just really just a powder keg of emotion that this young man has.
Is there a way to turn this man's mic off?
I would, but the switch is bulletproof.
Oh,
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I was surprised I got away with ordinance though, because that goes both ways. Ordinance and ordinance.
Oh man,
yeah. So I slid that one in there too.
That's good. Now you got me doing it to myself.
Yeah. It makes me wonder. Yeah, like are concerts too much for kids of a certain age?
There's
Maybe.
I think you have to know what kind of kid you got, but also some people do raise concert kids. Like I, for a short time, kind of wanted to have concert kids where like you could take them out, and the outdoor ones to me I think are the cooler ones because that's more like a festival, so there's experiences going on. Obviously some of the stuff isn't kid friendly, etc. But I don't know, man. It depends on the person, because there's some people. My mom told me a long time ago, when your kid is trying to sleep, to not be all quiet. to live your life normal and get them used to at this time.
Hearing
That's
noises.
when it's time to go to bed.
Yep.
Even if we up, you ain't up.
Right,
And
yeah.
so they have some kids. There are some kids that are being raised like that right now, to where they can sleep during that dang festival. They ain't bothered at all. They like, I'm tired. I'm going to sleep. And you got people pushing strollers, living their life. Turn up, turn up, turn up. Oh yeah, there's my baby. Turn up, turn up. Oh, look at the baby's cute. You know? I don't know. I don't
No,
know.
I like that when I'm at concerts and I see the parents that have the earmuffs,
I like that.
the sound protection on their kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then I do feel bad for the kids that you see putting their hands
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
their ears. That is
That was me.
hard to watch.
Right.
Because clearly the kid is struggling,
Yep.
but the parent is enjoying whatever they're at.
Right.
Monster trucks are like that too. You
Yes.
go to the monster
Yeah,
truck,
yeah,
they if you have your kids there and your kids aren't wearing ear protection,
They're looking at you crazy.
you're wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you, Courtney, we need to help you. Because you are vital to this program, and we should not be trying to trigger you. Because part of why we are successful is because you have an explosive personality. And
I knew it was coming.
what
I'm reading the subtitles.
I wanted to be
The subtitles are a second
serious.
before you speak, and I can
Right,
read it.
exactly. The subtitles.
Yeah, I knew
Where
it
they
was
at? Because I don't see.
I'm just
Right
giving you
there.
your flowers because you're the bomb.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Okay, you're fired.
Hey, watch somebody call in and they just continue this going. I'm like, don't
Exactly.
do it.
How
Yeah,
you
keep
get
it going.
fired from a volunteer gig?
This, you know what?
On your day
On
off.
your day off. Yeah. How you gonna get fired on your day off? All right, let's take a break. There.
That was pretty good.
Well, I'm trying, man. I'm
A
working
plus.
on it. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right, 808 here on 88.7 KAZI. Right now, it's time to get serious and welcome one of our guests this morning. We're going to be talking with two folks, but the first person we're going to be talking with is Sarah Henry, who is the Public Information and Marketing Manager, the City of Austin's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. That's a lot before the coffee kicks in. How you doing? Good morning, Sarah. How are you?
It is a lot. It's a long title. I appreciate you getting through all of it.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Sarah's been here before.
Yes,
She's
yes.
family.
Okay, cool.
I bet at this point we're like, hey, who are y'all sending?
right.
Can y'all send Sarah?
Send Sarah.
We should start asking for only Sarah. Is there anybody else they could send?
There are lots of other people.
Oh, no, then
Y'all
we
just
got
stuck with me. Yeah.
No, yeah,
Right.
we're gonna start filtering
Right,
and
there's-
say, here's the people you can send. Sarah.
right, exactly. Well, there's people that can send. There's people that may not want to. There's some folks that are not comfortable with microphones.
true.
Really are. It's crazy.
I see it every day. It's real. It's
Really?
real.
Nice. Very good. Well, we're here to talk about the third annual Get Ready Central Texas Emergency Preparedness Fair. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me on this morning.
Sure,
the
thank you for
thing
coming.
Thank you. This event is really important because it's this time of year. I feel like people start getting run down. School just started. It's still hot. Why is it still hot? I can't
Okay.
even.
We just
I'm
talked
so over
about
it. I'm
this.
so over it. It's still hot. School
Calling
just
it.
started. You're looking. When is the next break? It's the holidays.
Yeah.
This is the last run, right?
Yep.
But it's also the last run before cold weather starts. And it's hard to think about cold weather right now when it's still 102 degrees outside. But before you know it, we'll be in that winter storm season.
Yeah.
And so now is the time to think about that. Now is the time to get prepared. And it's hard to think about it. Yes, kids in school, you're trying to make dinner, get through homework. You know, you got to slog uphill to get to work. It's tiring. Nobody wants to do those things.
Yeah.
But we want to make it easy for people, and so that's why we put on this event. So this Thursday, you're going to come out and hang out with us at the ACC Rio Grande campus from 3 to 7 p.m. It's free. It's family friendly. We'll
Hey.
feed you, and you're going to walk away with over $100 worth of free emergency preparedness supplies.
Nice.
There we go.
See, this is why we want Sarah. She's giving us free stuff plus $100 worth.
Sarah.
She could have just done 25. You'd be happy, right? $25
She could've
gift card.
gave me the
You kind of
information
happy.
and I was happy.
She did 4 times that, quadruple, if you will.
Bam.
Exactly.
We love it.
Right. And I think it's a cool thing because here's what happens, and this is weird, because you'll be sitting at home, you'll be watching the news, and then all of a sudden the meteorologist will come on and say, well, in 24 hours, the
Yeah.
temperatures are going to drop to 0 below. And it's like, well, wait a minute, hold up.
we are not
My car needs antifreeze. I need to wrap my pipes. I need to do whatever it takes to make sure that I don't have an issue, right? I mean, it's just, and electricity goes out, and we get taken by surprise, especially here in Austin. You know, when you're I guess when you're in a place like you too, right? Yeah, seasons are prevalent to folks in Michigan and New York and exactly like Austin. We're not ready for that.
Never.
Listen, I'm from Austin. I'm from Central Texas. And the reason people like to live here is because it's pretty temperate all year round. It gets
Right.
hot in the summer, but there's no hurricanes.
None. Yeah.
There's no, crazy tornadoes. And the last couple of years, we got impacts from hurricanes. We got tornadoes in Round Rock and Cedar Park.
Yeah.
We have wildfire risk here. There's so many things that have changed with climate change in our region that make all of these disasters that if you're from Austin, if you've been around for a long time, you never had to worry about those before. Well, now you do. Now you need to
Yeah.
worry about them. And if you're from California and you live in wildfire area, or if you're from Florida and you're used to hurricanes, being prepared is just part of your DNA. It's something that as a community member, that's something that you need to do. And you're used to it. You're like, okay, I got my generator. I know what to put, I know how to store my food. I know what things to prepare. But here we're just like walking around not thinking about that at all.
Yeah.
But it's time. It's time. You have to start changing the way you plan for emergencies.
Sarah telling us to be adults.
Yeah.
Like, to forecast. Sarah, what about the fact that I don't see myself that way. Like I'm not a prepper. Like I don't think I have that. I need some ideas. I like what you said about a generator. Can you give me a little bit more of things that I need to do to prep? What are some examples?
Yeah, that's a great question. And you don't have to be, a doomsday prepper type level, right? There's different levels for emergency preparedness.
Yeah.
And so I like to think of myself as like, I just want to dip my toe and not be caught completely off guard, right?
Yeah.
So if you think about the basic things that you're going to need, if you need to shelter in place, you want to have supplies for that. If you need to evacuate, you want to have supplies for that.
Yeah.
If you have kids, you need to think about what you want to have for your kids. If you have pets, you need to think about what you want to have for your pets.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just about planning in advance and a little bit. And we do a lot to make sure that we're helping you. We don't want you to have to come up with all the stuff on your own. We have what's called a neighborhood preparedness guide, and we have it translated into 4 different languages.
Nice.
So all you got to do is come to one of our events, pick up this guide, thumb through it, and all of a sudden you're more prepared because now you're thinking about the things you need to do in advance. So number 1 is make a plan.
Okay.
Think about your emergency, plan with your family. If you guys get separated, where's your point that you're going to get back together?
Yeah.
And this goes to, if you have a house fire, where's your, regathering point, to if there's a major disaster, where are you guys going to go to make sure that you can find each other again? So we rely on our cell phones, right? I don't even have my mom's numbers memorized anymore.
Oh no. Nope.
Yeah.
I don't either.
That is the only
My
number
wife-
I have memorized.
That's it. That's it. My wife. That's the only one I got.
That's it. But so think about all those emergency contacts, your doctor,
Right.
All your family members, and write those contacts down. It's just simple things that you can do with things you already have access to, and just transforming them in a little bit of a different way so that if something happens, you're more prepared. Take your social security card, your birth certificate, all those documents, and save them in a waterproof pouch so that if you need to leave quickly, you've already got all that stuff put together. Family photos, things that you wouldn't want to leave if you have to leave quickly. Pack all that up. Get it ready to go.
Stuff we don't think about, but we've seen in the last, I'd say, 20 years, different examples. Not bringing anything up specifically, but you've seen examples where people literally had like minutes to spare.
Yeah.
And they had to take their entire life with them.
Yep.
And next thing you know, everything else is gone.
Sounds like a go bag.
Yeah,
Sarah's
go bag
telling
is
us to get a
exactly
go
that.
bag.
Yeah.
But Sarah, I don't want to just do the go bag. From what you're telling me right now, I took a little digital note.
Mm-hmm.
Go buy all the toilet tissues, what I wrote down here.
No.
And and then wait, I'm not done, Sarah, because you gave me a lot of thoughts. Go get all the pork and beans.
Okay.
So is that okay? Those two
no.
things
And that's
at
the
the
thing.
top of my list.
So food and toiletries are important, but nobody needs to make a run on the grocery store, and that's the idea. If you're planning in advance,
Right.
every time you go to the store for your weekly grocery shop or however often you go, if you don't go that often, then what I would say is just get a little something every time you go. This can be something that can be
Yeah.
done on a budget. It can be
Okay.
something that can be done over time. What we recommend is that you have 7 days worth of food and water. Listen, I don't have money for 7 days worth of food and water now, much less for an emergency.
Okay.
You sound like you work where I work. Where the money, no matter where you work, the money's never long
You
enough.
got more month. You got more month than you do
It's
money.
never long
This
enough.
disaster better go ahead and wrap up because
Yeah,
my
exactly.
finances ain't prepared
Preston,
for this.
I'm prepared for a 48-hour disaster, and that's
Straight up.
about it.
Yeah.
FEMA recommends 3 days, but what we've seen
Right.
here locally is sometimes these winter storms and these events, they last longer.
That's
So
a
we
week,
want people to
dude.
be prepared, but that's expensive. It's hard
Yeah.
to do that.
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
care what your budget is, right? Those are
Right.
hard things to plan for. So if you break it out over time, do a little bit, as you go, it just makes it a lot easier, a lot more accessible.
True.
Sarah, I need to know you gotta give me like some resources. Like, who do I call? Like, there's some people I need to know to call. Sounds like I might need some people. Y'all will be able to give me that at the fair. Like you'll be able to tell me who my light person and who a phone person or just contacts, points of contact. I'm making a joke of it, but it feels like you guys are going to have people there that I should be aware of. Like there's going to be people that, oh yeah, you should be on my
People I need to know
my
list.
quick dial.
Yeah.
I should have those kind of contacts, right?
Yeah, so not only will we be there as the host of the event this Thursday, but we have 27 different
See,
vendors.
there it is.
That's our preparedness right there, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen.
That's
We
what I'm
got
talking
this.
about.
So if you live in Austin and you have Austin Energy, they'll be there to help talk about the different resources that they have.
Yep.
Austin Water will be there.
Yep.
Okay.
So a lot of the city departments that support us here locally will be part of this event.
Yep.
But outside of that, we have regional partners.
Mm-hmm.
So we have folks like at CapCog and the National Weather Service, our
Yep.
San Antonio office.
Those are the
so
ones I
all these
want.
people make up the ecosystem regionally. Then we have folks at the state level, the State Division of Emergency Management, and then we have folks at FEMA at the federal level. So wherever you are in your preparedness journey, you'll be able to make a friend at the event, both with the partners that'll be there, and part of the goal is for you to come out and then meet your neighbors, because in an
True.
emergency, the first people that are going to be able to help you are your next door neighbors. They're going to
Yeah.
be the ones who'll be there way before a first responder can get there to help you.
Saw that during that winter storm, man. You got to talk to people, passing food around, and I even thought about going to my neighbor's yard and chopping their tree down because I needed firewood, and they said, we actually have firewood. You don't have to do that. I didn't know I had an axe.
You Paul Bunyan in an emergency.
Sir, I had
saying,
a
no
fleece
doubt.
jacket on, and I wanted to use my fleece.
out there axe swinging. All right, Sarah, I want to go back to some of the things that you said. This is a preparedness fair for those who are not aware on Thursday, September 19th from 3 to 7 over at Austin Community College Rio Grande campus. So what you're saying is I could walk around with my coffee cup and a couple little items of refreshment that are going to be there, go up to a table, talk to a person, nibble a little bit, go on over to the next one, and depending on what time the people get there, there's going to be some giveaways and obviously until we run out, because
Like giveaways.
what you're here today, hopefully everybody come now. You're like, "Damn, stop sending Sarah. She's rallying the troops and everybody's showing up now." But that's it sounds like this is the greatest amount of time for a person to spend when you're learning refreshments.
Yep.
Family friendly.
Yep.
It's free.
Neighbors.
27 people.
Yep.
27 vendors.
Yep.
Sarah, thank you for coming. I'll be there.
Heck yeah.
I'm so excited. There's a couple other things we want people to get prepared for, right? So
Yeah.
if you come to the event, awesome.
Yeah.
We want you to do that. Even if you don't come to the event and you're just like, I'm too busy, I can't make that work for my schedule, we have other events that we host as well. So if you can't make it this Thursday, we do what's called an emergency preparedness pop-up every month.
I was
Those-
looking at that. I saw the different dates. That's
Wow.
cool.
Yeah, so those are every single month in every city council district. So wherever you are in the city, there's one near you.
That's moving around. That's
That's
what's
right.
up.
That's right. And so you can check that out on the ReadyCentralTexas.org website.
Oh.
And then let's say that this is your jam and you really want to learn more. You're not quite a doomsday prepper, but you want to level up a little bit.
Okay.
You can go to what we call Ready Together. It's a 2-hour classroom training. And we'll teach you all about the 4 steps of emergency preparedness, which are make a plan, what we talked about.
Yeah.
Know your neighbors. Build a kit, which we're going to give it to you for free.
Yep.
And then stay informed. And we'll teach you all the
Alright.
ways you can stay informed before and during an emergency.
With those 27 people.
That's right.
Those 27 vendors.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay informed. I know who to call, who to reach out to, who to ask the questions.
Yeah.
Who's going to have the updates.
Yeah.
This is great.
You even need to know who's the person that's going to have the radio.
Yeah.
They need to have one person that's a pilot. You got to have one person that can fly.
Wait. Now
plane,
see, now
have a
you're
boat.
prepping into the world prepping.
Is that too far?
Yeah. You
That's not where we at
blast
right
it
now.
right
Yeah,
through
that's
what
some-
she's
Because
here to
I'm
do.
still gathering my troop of people. I'm
Because she's
like,
a little too calm if we're
Okay.
talking about the end of the world.
she got her people already.
No, that's true.
That's true. She knows
Can
and we
you, can
don't.
you fly a
For
plane?
anything.
Do you have a plane person already?
Zombie apocalypse. I got it.
Do you have a plane person already? Is what I'm saying.
I'm sure we can get that arranged.
mean,
Because I
she
got 2 people that
is.
are trying to learn and get their license. I'm like, how comfortable are you driving, like,
She's
let's
got
say a
all the people.
747? You feel me?
Homeland Security and Emergency Management.
Yeah.
She got all the friends.
Got it all. Okay.
How many
Sarah.
of us have them?
Yeah. Sarah Henry, she's a public information and marketing manager, City of Austin's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management. You guys are going to talk about some safety tips too to keep us safe, because when I heard Paul Bunyan over here trying to throw around a hatchet or an axe. I feel like there's some safety tips, some things that people could learn in advance that could kind of spark them up. So for instance, you told me that I should not go get all the pork and beans.
No.
So I won't. Does anybody know how to open a can anymore? It's
With a can
I think
opener.
we transitioned to pop tops and we have electrical can
Yeah,
openers.
you press the button
I think of a
and
lot
it
of
just
safety
turns.
tips like that. But there'll be some learning. There's other learning items that we can get from coming there.
Absolutely. So first of all, we will give you a manual can opener as part of your emergency supply kit.
Look at the
Where do
young
you
buck.
plug
he,
it in
he
at?
doesn't know. Yeah.
Because if the power's out and it doesn't plug in, you still got to be able to open the can.
Right.
You just plug it, press the button.
Oh my
I
gosh.
know it's hard. It's difficult. But
It
we're,
is.
We're going to help you. There's a how-to video on the YouTube.
Okay, fine.
See, you helped them there.
As long as you got a how-to video, I'm good. So like I can just watch that on my TV when the power is out. I got you.
About that.
So preparation, you might want to do that before. That'll get here to help you out with
she
today.
got it.
Preparation. Got you.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely right. So
Yeah.
as part of our classroom training, we also have EMS come with us. So you'll see Captain Stedman again.
Hey, Capitan.
Yeah.
That's right.
We go way back.
You guys are old friends. But they'll come and they'll do a CPR training class.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then in addition to that, the fire department will be there.
Huh.
They'll show you how to use a fire extinguisher. So there are all kinds of practical tips that we want to bring to the trainings as well.
dope.
So that whatever situation you're in, you just feel more confident because now you know a little bit of how to use things. And when you're confident and you're assured in anything, especially in emergency preparedness, you're just more resilient to weather the storm.
I ain't taking nobody.
I like.
You see what Sarah said there? Confident. I'm
So-
going by myself and I'm going to accumulate all this info and I'm going to come back to my neighborhood and I'm going to be the guy. My wife will look at me like I got a cape and the sun is shining on me. And when the moment pops up, everybody's going to come to Dapper D. I'm going to save my whole neighborhood.
Aw.
That's right. I mean, and that's the thing is that you, as a member of your community and your neighborhood, should feel empowered.
Yeah,
to
I
help your
do.
neighbors.
Thanks to
Good.
you.
Well, hey, we've done our job today.
Look at that. All right,
Yeah.
Sarah, go ahead on.
I'm going to get a statue, but you won't be mentioned, Sarah. But I'm going to get my own
I
statue.
feel like the statue's still gonna have a cape, isn't it?
It has
Yeah.
to. Blowing in the wind.
Wow.
Billowing.
There it is. That's what I need. Sarah, are there other little things? There are people that are not listening. We have family members. You said something like 4 languages. What if people are hearing impaired? There's going to be accommodations also.
Absolutely.
To bring
So at all of
everybody?
our events, we have interpreters that are there for American Sign Language for
Nice.
our community members who are deaf or hard of hearing.
Yeah.
And then we'll also have content there in Braille. So you'll be able to get prepared in Braille as well.
Yes.
And then we translate all of our emergency information into 14 languages. So we'll have a Spanish interpreter at the event, but if for some reason you need another language, just let us know. You can do that by just calling 311, letting them know what event you're going to attend, and we'll make sure that translation service is also available.
No
Good
excuses.
grief.
No excuses, y'all. Oh well, quick, flex. No excuses in German. Go.
Oh, I that one. Oh, I don't know.
Okay, give it to him, Russian.
So I'll leave.
Nine.
Yeah, Russian.
Niet problem.
See, you have him as a translator.
Yeah.
Shirts
Wow.
made. There we go.
That's okay. So
very
Sarah,
helpful.
there are people that are listening right now, and they're gonna say, "All right, well, I live in an apartment. I'm not in charge of all that. I can't have a generator." You talking to like homeowners? You talking to the rich people like Jabari over there? Has got a mansion. He could afford all those generators. He could afford to stock up on that stuff. He could go longer than my 48. You said FEMA 72. He probably could do 72 days. I think he has a bunker. He's so rich.
Mine does 2 weeks. So there you go.
So, what about the rest of us that feel like some are college students listening? I'm in a dorm. Like, do you think that some apartment dwellers and people that are living in dorms, this is a good fit for them too?
Absolutely, because this is accessible for anyone, and we will teach you how to build a kit on a budget. So if you're a single mom with 2 kids and you're just trying to get through the day, or if you're a college student and listen, I've been a college student. You're just eating whatever's in the cabinet. It's tough,
you ain't lying.
So this is really information that's accessible to anyone. And we work with the University of Texas. Obviously, we work with ACC, who's helping us host the event. We just did an event at St. Edwards, where they hosted
Yeah,
Preparedness Fair.
okay.
So this information is also available for college students at whatever university you're at in the area, and we'll tailor the information. UT is actually going to be there, so they'll tailor the information for students to make sure that you understand what your role is and how you can be more prepared no matter where you are. So if you're 5 or 95 years old, we've got some programming for you.
Right on.
We really want to focus our efforts on vulnerable populations, so children, our senior populations, people with disabilities. We want to make sure that no matter where you are in your span of life, that you know that these resources are available to you. And another thing that we have is called AHOS. It's the Accessible Hazard Alert System. So just like there's Warren Central Texas, which is, you probably have that on your phone already, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, that's key because you need to know what's going on and you get the alerts.
That's right.
But not to be confused with the Amber Alert because
Right.
everyone gets that.
Sure. So there's Amber Alert. So if there's like a kiddo missing, you'll get a notice on your phone.
Yeah.
But for Warren Central Texas, we'll send out an emergency alert to you in English and Spanish to let you know, hey, there's a storm, you need to evacuate, whatever the case may be. And we also have a system like that for people who are deaf or blind. And you get an ACL, an American Sign Language video sent to your device.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then it's also read aloud in English. So if you're, again, deaf or blind, you still can get that emergency information. Because, again, I think we think it's important that everyone have access to that information and be able to stay safe.
Cool, very cool. Sounds like everybody's covered, and all the things are covered. Which is, like I said, it's very important because at some point, there's always going to be this, situation where we've got emergencies, and they come up really quick.
Yeah, they do.
And then everybody. Not everybody's living situation is the same. Not everybody's reaction time is going to be the same. Some folks are going to be, I'll wait till it freezes and then I'll do something about it. It's like, no, you got a chance to do something about that right now. Tomorrow, as a matter of fact, once again, tomorrow from 3 to 7 at the Austin Community College campus, the Rio Grande campus, 1218 West Avenue, building 3000, which is on the 3rd floor, correct? And there's free parking. You ain't even got to pay for parking, son.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And the garage is actually over by Shoal Creek and 12th, and that's where people can park.
That's right. We'll even have a shuttle. So
Oh, you're done.
Oh,
Man, they have done the work for you.
Mic drop.
Literally, if you have nothing to do, and if you do got something to do, sounds like you should cancel and just go to this.
Sarah said she wanted to come in, give us confidence.
Yeah.
Any stress that comes about, we're going to stay nice, calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah, we are.
You're going to look at us like, man, you got it together. Like I got a plan for that.
Yeah.
If this is happening, I got a plan for that.
Straight up.
But again, in none of that will I say Sarah Henry, though. I'm just tell people I'm just so intelligent. I was that ant that was storing up for the winter,
Yeah,
and
there we go.
I'm prepared.
Right.
Sorry, Sarah.
that's right. All the credit is for you.
Thank you.
You definitely have been here before. I can tell you. It's way too comfortable. Sarah Henry, thank you so much for dropping by. We certainly appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
Sarah.
Another good one.
Good.
Another good one.
Yes. Once again, you guys need information, call us at the station. But don't forget, the event is tomorrow, Thursday, September 19th, from 3 to 7 p.m. at the Austin Community College Rio Grande campus. And that's going to be emergency preparedness, and we definitely need it because you never know what's going to happen around here. Sometimes it's just an emergency and it just happens on the fly. All right, 7 FM KAZI, rest in peace to Mr. Tito Jackson. And Tito was the reason that all of this got started. Tito's you know what it is? It's the hard-headedness.
Yeah.
The stuff, when your parents tell you not to do something and
Yeah.
you go and do it. And I have one of those stories of my own, which
Yeah.
actually happens to have
Wait.
KZI sewn into it.
Before you do that, you got to
go.
go back.
Okay.
And give us the context.
You
What
totally
do you
just
mean?
spit
Because
that
he's
out.
the oldest, right?
Tito, no, he's not the oldest. I think Jackie's the oldest.
So why
Reeby's the
is
oldest
he the
one.
reason?
Yeah.
Okay, so Joe Jackson was in a band, right,
Yeah.
in the 1950s, and bands being in a band and having a family didn't mix very well.
Okay.
No.
So he was working at a plant, so I can't remember exactly what it was, but he played in a band for a while, and then that didn't happen. Of course, he's having the kids, and of course, working a steady job pays more money. So he put this guitar that he had in a closet. All right. Now he's got all these kids, and kids are rambunctious. They're gonna go through your stuff.
Yep.
Tito happened to find his guitar, and he starts taking it out against Joe saying, don't touch my guitar. Tito starts taking the guitar out while Daddy's at work and playing it, and he gets really, really good.
Oh.
Okay? Over time. One day he popped a guitar string. Okay, and those ain't exactly easy to find and ain't exactly easy to pay for if you ain't got no job.
Yep.
All right, so basically Joe found out, got upset, and punished him in some kind of way. I don't know exactly.
Yeah.
But everybody was like, well, Daddy, you got to hear him. He's really good. He's actually better than you.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So with tears in his eyes, Tito starts playing the guitar in front of his dad, and his dad starts like, okay, he's got something. And the rest of the kids started, some of the older kids, not Michael, I don't think Michael was old enough yet, started harmonizing.
Yeah.
And Joe Jackson, wheels start clicking in his head like, wait a minute, we may have something. Okay?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and of course, Michael, there's a video, if you look real on YouTube, there's video of all the kids, like Michael was like 10 or 11, and he's doing James Brown and singing and all that. Really talented kids, and he knew that, and he said, this is the way we're going to get out of here. This is the way we're going to make it happen. And so next thing you know, they're doing their thing. They get signed to Motown, and then they move to L.A., and then they got the variety show. They've got the Las Vegas show. They've got a Saturday morning cartoon.
I remember that.
You remember that?
Yep.
Right? And
the snake.
Yeah, but exactly. I remember I remember the snake. What was the snake's name?
Yeah.
I forgot. He had a snake's name.
Yeah.
But he had two mice. One was named Ray, and
Yes,
the other
he
was named
did.
Charles.
Yes.
So it's crazy. But all of that kind of happened because Tito disobeyed his dad, or he followed him. He said he followed his heart. Unfortunately, it was just he did something that got him in a little trouble. But he put in the time. He put in the work. And he was the heart. Mike. Everybody concentrates on Michael and Janet, who of course is supreme. Michael's my boy from day one, but obviously Tito was kind of the catalyst of all of this.
How cool
the
is
whole
that?
thing. Yeah, it's crazy.
The snake's name was Rosie.
Yeah.
So Ray, Charles.
Ray and Charles.
Yeah, you had to have a pet sidekick.
Oh.
That was also a thing back then.
Yeah.
Because remember Josie and the Pussycats? Remember? Yeah. So that was Hanna-Barbera. That was a different time.
That was big, and then to have a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. I mean, of course, you had to go through them because they were the gatekeepers.
Right.
But for them to say, okay, yeah, let's take a chance on these kids, and at a time where you didn't have black kids in cartoons,
right.
heading up everything. You might have had like Sesame Street, where you had a few of us sprinkled here and there, but to head up your own cartoon and your own show in Las Vegas, monumental. The Jackson family just doesn't get a lot of credit.
Right.
No.
They don't get a lot of credit. When you talk about like 70s music, because y'all know I'm big on 70s music, but the Jacksons don't get a lot of credit for breaking barriers and for having some of the great hits that they had. Everybody talks about Michael and Janet doing their thing, but to have the hits that they had and do the things that they did back in the day, especially with and everybody talks about California being so liberal, and I'm sure, and Janet said it. She said we were called all kinds of N-words walking around California in these rich neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Even when we had money.
Right.
Even when we were putting out music, it was still, people still didn't want us there, right? So, rest in peace, Tito Jackson, man. Definitely a big loss for the Jackson family and for us. Birthdays today. Let's do the birthday news. Jada Pinkett Smith's birthday. Comedian and host Aisha Tyler. Also, Angela Simmons, her birthday today, and also Tawanda Braxton of the famous Braxton Sisters, all having a birthday today. So that's a really cool thing. It's 8:45 here on 88.7 FM KAZI. This is The Morning Grind. You're with Jabari Warfield, Dab Dub, and Simply Courtney. We are the Wednesday edition. Glad to have you guys along with us. Don't forget, later on tonight, be sure to join me for jazz and other vibes. It's smooth jazz and R&B from today and back in the day. I'm going to be playing some music from some of the Austin Women in Jazz folks, and also playing music. Going to do some cover versions of Frankie Beverly and Maze's tracks. There's some folks, some really cool artists that we all know and love that have done cover versions of them and of some of their songs. So we're going to feature that as well. Real quick, man, you got a show coming up, Simply Courtney. You got a show coming up in New Braunfels, man.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm torn because I got to work like crazy 48 hours straight on Saturday and Sunday for Women in Jazz. But I'm like, dude, you're gonna be in New Braunfels.
Yep, Friday.
Friday
Come on,
night. Son.
It's my first one. It's over at the Lucy's Comedy Club.
Right.
It's gonna be my first show there, and so they're relatively new. I think they've only been open for like a few months now. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, this is gonna be my first time getting ready to grace their stage. So I'm excited to be out there.
Man, I'm like, okay, should I
Do
drink
it.
like five cups of coffee and come see you, and then jet back to Austin and just be up for 48 hours? Yeah, man. I'm like, okay, but that's cool. But yeah, if I may pop up, man. I don't know. I'm
Sometimes
not
you gotta
sure.
pop out, man.
Sometimes you got to pop out and show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Speaking of popping out,
Yeah.
yo, Diddy, don't worry. Homeland Security, she's
gone.
gone.
They
They
gone.
gone. You can come out now,
Bro.
Is that too
Wow,
soon?
yeah,
Homeland
that's too soon. You know
Security
what?
came
Yeah.
and got that guy.
Hey,
Really?
when it's federal,
Yeah, it's federal.
it's for serious. When
Mm.
they say racketeering, you can't get them all the time. Tax evasion, you try to get them on. If you can't get them on that, you get to that
I got 50
racketeering.
million though.
You get racketeering.
I got 50 million
sex
though.
trafficking.
Can I
and
just give
when
you
you be
50
bringing in
million?
people across state lines,
Right.
it's federal.
Nah, no bail. Wait, what?
Like, I got this bad joint. She back in DC, but my house is in Miami. Don't
Right.
worry, I fly her down.
Yeah.
Boom, got him.
Got him.
And hey, it's about to get serious.
Yeah.
Hollywood is about to get serious. There's a lot of people at Diddy's party.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
Cat Williams said, when Diddy want to party, you got to
gotta
tell him
tell him
no.
no.
Gotta tell him no.
Well,
You
a
gotta
lot
tell
of
him
people
no.
did not.
No.
Especially because of the incentives or some financial, and
Yep.
then there obviously the actual
Other
fun.
incentives, yeah.
Can y'all also help me? There were cases, thousands of bottles of lubricant.
No, baby oil. Baby oil.
What is happening?
Okay, maybe he stocked up during the pandemic. I don't
That ain't what we
So he was
about being
prepping.
prepared.
He was,
Yeah,
he,
he was
maybe he had
prepping
talked to
right.
Sarah
Pandemic.
before, and he knows
Oh,
when
man.
the freak off starts. You don't do. She said FEMA says you got to have 72 hours. So when the freak off, the freak off says you got to have 72 hours worth of lubricant. What? I am shocked.
Same.
They said 16 years that Combs Enterprises, they named it. On hindsight, he's like, man, I should have named my Thug Empire.
Yeah, exactly.
Love Inc.
Yeah, exactly. Let's take a call real quick. Good morning, caller. How you doing?
Good morning, Jabari.
Good
morning, Simply Courtney, and
Hey.
I don't know.
Dapper D.
I call you Douglas.
What's up?
Dapper D.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just listening to you. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm just listening. The Jackson 5 was definitely the door opening, and it was a blessing. It gave us freedom, made us release, made us to enjoy. We could be whoever we want to be, and you didn't think about the hatred and the racism that was in the world, but they were a beautiful, blessed family. And Catherine Jackson, the maitre d' of that household, to God be the glory. No weapon formed against them can prosper. And she done a beautiful job, her and Joe Jackson, in raising their family. And I thank God that they would give to society, give to America and to the world. And you made and Tito Jackson, yes, it's sad to hear about it. You know, we don't know, and he had a heart attack. Especially men. Men kind of take that little nudge, that pain for granted, and I do that sometimes. Oh, it'll pass.
Right.
But we
yeah.
don't know what that pain is initiating. So, especially men need to follow up with when you get those signs of, I'm not feeling good, my chest is hurting, there's tightness there, and just instead of not just pass it all. And my other comment is that you mentioned Puff Trump, Diddy Combs.
Mm-hmm.
If we look at it, whenever Trump was on the headlight, remember they had Bill Cosby, they hit him on the spotlight, they hit him in the media every time to take the distraction from that white man. Now we got Sean Teddy Combs, a black man. What he did was not right, but yet still they air it over the media to take the distraction of what Trump and the Republican Party is doing to initiate that. And it's so sad that we put on auction block to be hung in the media and in the airway. To you got Jeffrey Epstein that they say killed himself, but yet still you don't know all the makeup of
we don't know
the
if
men
that's,
and women that were involved.
we don't know if that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's a
2 cameras
Yeah.
supposedly malfunctioned the day and during that time when he supposedly offed himself, because he was going to name names in Hollywood.
Yeah, he
and I'm going
was.
to tell you, we need to be on Diddy watch right now, because he can name names very quickly.
Exactly.
You right.
Yeah,
And you're
so
looking
there's an
at
opportunity.
you're looking at J.D. Vance, a white man running for the vice president of the United States, stating that why come they have an assassination on Kamala Harris and Tim Walz? This man is running for the VP position, and this is what I can say to you, is that those 2 assassinations on Trump, and they use that to reverse the situation so they can come in and say what they're doing now with Kamala Harris or J.D. Vance to do that. And I can't even get the gist of how this white man can set up on here and run for the highest office in the land and speak those foul rhetoric out of his mouth and not be handcuffed and taken in. Now let that be a black man. Let him be black and say that. The system is unbiased. The system is biased. It's prejudiced. The color of our skin incarcerate us daily for lengthy sentences. And Navarro, Joe, what's his name? The two people that served 4 months in prison. Don't you know how many men and women in state penitentiary would love to get the same grace and mercy that white man get 4 months for committing a crime of high treason in the White House in America?
right.
How hypocritical is this, y'all?
No, we get
on.
it. No, we get it.
You gave us a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
back to a little bit of thanks for calling in. Back to what you said
You're welcome.
about
Be
the
blessed.
Jackson
All right,
5.
you too. Be blessed.
Yeah, I think it does start with Catherine, because they told us themselves. I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus. I mean, what? How do you do that? And,
Right.
and if you're Joe, you gotta say the love you save. I mean, it's as easy as ABC.
Yeah, and 1, 2,
And when your woman is kissing Santa Claus, all you can say is, "I want you back,"
straight up.
because you're curious who's loving you.
Yeah.
And it down deep within your heart, can you feel it? You're gonna shake your body in response to how hurt you are. I mean, that's your lovely one.
That's true.
It's been with you like an old melody. And this place, hotel, wherever she's meeting Santa Claus, you want to see Santa Claus, because I found that girl.
Yeah.
And you can tell him, "Hey, Santa, anytime you want to do this, I'll be there. I'm gonna do more than give love on Christmas, because I'm not giving up Catherine. I never can say goodbye. I'm gonna float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, because I'm a dancing machine."
Especially when you're on your way to Kansas City.
And what you gonna tell her? I want you back.
And if he show up, I'm gonna beat it.
Every Wednesday, y'all, 7:30 to 10
That's
o'clock.
what we do.
Morning grind. We giving you music. We giving you a little bit of what's going on in the world.
We'll show
We
you the
give
way to go.
weather.
We want you to enjoy yourself.
We even trying to help you survive this crazy weather situation that we got going on planet Earth right now.
And if you can't turn us off, man, just blame it on the boogie.
Boy,
There you
come
go,
on
yeah.
with that.
Okay.
Come on with that.
Okay.
Y'all didn't see it, but we fired up right there. Dapped
my
up.
goodness.
Dapped
Okay.
up with the dap. Had to
Y'all
dap 'em
listening.
up.
Forever came today, people.
Man,
That's great.
you ain't getting this anywhere else.
No, you ain't gonna get it nowhere else. No question about that. All right, coming up on 9 o'clock on the 88.7 FM KAZI. We got more folks coming in to talk with us. We're going to talk with the organization Steps. 88.7 FM KAZI. Good morning, y'all. What's up, your boy Jabari Warfield, Dap Dub, and Simply Courtney. We are the Wednesday edition of the Morning Grind. Getting our little John on.
He's gonna get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
He better.
And you know how he's gonna get in?
Okay, how's
the
he gonna get
guided
in?
meditation
Yeah,
album.
that's gonna be it.
I am calling it right now, 2025,
Yep.
the year of Little John.
Yep.
Okay, because he has to. I'm kind of shocked. Dap, you pointed out. I'm like, that man is ethereal. Like he is
Yeah.
everywhere. And he was at one point. he wasn't just the face of Atlanta hip hop. He was the face of hip hop.
Hip-hop, period, yeah.
That was, they said rap. Like I still say yeah now.
No.
Yeah, I still do that.
What?
What?
I mean, we're hitting a quarter century. Since the early 2000s, he's been doing his thing, and it's more than just hip hop.
Right.
I mean, he does everything. He does pop.
Yep.
He has done numerous successful songs with Pitbull.
Yeah, he's done
Yeah.
a lot of stuff
in
with
that
Pitbull.
genre. So
Yeah.
that's why I think we need to get him now, give him his flowers because of that versatility.
Yes.
Because I make hits no matter what. Pioneer crunk. I mean, we didn't even talk about just that.
Right.
But he is a crunk, founding father of crunk
Right.
genre.
Right.
He worked with TLC. He did a song with a couple songs with TLC, I think.
Did he?
So go, yeah.
Skills.
Yeah, come get some.
Did he
Yeah, man.
produce or was he on? I mean, I'd imagine he's on it.
I don't know. I don't know if he produced it. I would imagine he did. Though.
Right.
But yeah, he's done some really like different stuff with
I
Pitbull.
can't talk the good. No, let me talk the good stuff that he did because the one song I do like is canceled now. Because of the person being on there, I think the same thing gonna happen with old dude.
Yeah.
Are we gonna? Can I even say his name anymore? Am I like?
I'd go for it.
For now, you can.
I can say Diddy still.
Yeah.
There's songs
I
that
think it'll
Diddy's
still
on.
be used in comedic fashion.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Can I
that's
just
the
make
joke.
this statement and probably get canceled for it? Can we keep the music? Do we have to
You
get
know
rid of
what?
all? I know we're gonna get rid of the music. I know people
I'm a
gonna
fan
want
of
to get rid
keeping
of
the music.
But he did so much.
Yeah.
The other guy, we lost some of his stuff. I can't talk about "I Believe I Could Fly" anymore.
You talking
without
about it,
people
yeah.
looking at me
I'm
sideways.
keeping the music. I'm keeping the phrases. Take that.
Dude.
I'm keeping all
I
that.
don't know if I'm saying that no more. No Diddy? Are we saying no Diddy?
No Diddy. No
Diddy.
Diddy.
Because sometimes you
Keeping
can't
all
say
the
take
phrases.
that.
Yeah, and that's been a big argument. Like when you have someone who has done
Prolific.
like what R. Kelly has done, been in prison for, and then of course with Diddy just getting locked up and that madness just getting started. Can you separate the art from the person? And same thing with Kanye. Right,
Oh,
because
no.
I love. Here's the thing: I love Kanye as an MC. As a human being, he scares the crap out of me.
I just don't want him
I
to
would
talk.
not hang. No, yeah,
Just
just
rap.
don't talk. Yeah, just produce and rap. That's it.
Remember we got mad at that lady when she told LeBron James to shut up and dribble?
Yeah.
Is it wrong for me to tell Kanye to shut up and rap? Like, that's where I'm at. Can you shut up and just rap and auto-tune,
Yeah, exactly.
please?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Man, you got a heartbreak. Make a good Heartbreaks 808s part 2.
Yeah,
There
something
you
like
go.
that. Something like that. Definitely. Definitely.
And as a business mogul,
Mm-hmm.
and you just can't wipe off everything that Diddy did. I mean, he's now the most famous intern that made it.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
being an intern up
Yeah.
there at Uptown.
Right.
Yeah.
But we talking fashion, we talking liquor, we talking media.
Yeah.
I mean, his brand, the brother made it.
Yeah.
And he's one of the richest in the world. But with power comes that responsibility.
Yep.
And I know Miss Charlene called in and she talks about that, but it's what you do with the money. So no matter what your color is, and I know it hits home for us because we're like, man, another brother done failed.
Right.
But we won't saying that when there was the backdoor whispers about what the brothers are doing with the power. It's not until they fall. So,
Right.
you got to keep your nose clean.
Yeah, you
and at the
do.
end of the day, no matter how much money you make, you can still take the tumble.
You can.
I mean, we talked about Epstein earlier.
Yep.
He don't look like us, and he took the tumble.
He took that tumble for real.
So it's the same.
Well, Diddy's dad was he ran with a cat named Frank Lucas, who was one of the most notorious gangsters on the East Coast.
Yeah.
And so but he lost his father at a very early age. So at some point, I don't know if that influence was there or that drive to do this, that, and the third. Especially when you had the kind of money and power and influence that he ended up creating.
Yeah.
So. We'll see how this is, man. Stay tuned because this is going to be a crazy one. Who knows? But right now, let's get to our very special guest who is in the building this morning. Yes, sir.
I'm excited.
Mr. Jesse Webb is in the house, man. And, bro, he came. He's got some really serious stuff to talk about. But he said the magic word gumbo.
Yeah.
And I stopped. I
whole
said, wait, did you
conversation
go?
The room took attention.
Yeah,
when he said that.
The room got. I started seeing hot sauce and rice and stuff flying, and because I love me some gumbo, and that was like one of my mom's favorite meals. When my mom made gumbo, the world stopped. The world came to an end. And
Wait,
and
where
we
your
did-
mama from?
My mom was she's originally from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and she grew up with my aunt who lived in Pine Bluff, who was a caterer.
Okay.
So my aunt would make like crazy meals and cater all these parties in Arkansas. But my mama made some gumbo, man. I would just stuff myself.
Yeah, no, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Pine Bluff,
They're
Arkansas.
on the top
It
of the-
sounds real.
That's on the
Yeah.
top of Louisiana. So
yeah.
That's
Exactly,
all
yeah,
the same
yeah.
joint, right?
Well,
Exactly,
I
that's
don't know if
kinda
we
the
could
same.
do that while we got a New Orleans 6th Ward cat in the house.
6th
Maybe
Ward?
maybe we consider that because he may not be. Man, Arkansas is whole different. Like where we
6th
get that.
Ward, we might
The
have to
first
change what
gumbo
we're
I
saying.
ever had, Jesse.
Uh-oh.
I was working in the oil business, and I was in Louisiana. I was living in Houston, but I had to go on location in Louisiana, and that I was the city slicker. Everybody knew I was East Coast, and everybody just couldn't wait to crowd around and see me get into my bowl. And the dude came out the back who was making that gumbo, and he looked like what every gumbo chef should look like.
Fair.
He looked like a fat member of ZZ Top. His name was Bubba, and he had on denim overalls. So if you go eat some gumbo in Louisiana, that's the dude you want making it, and it was amazing.
Look like Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
You know who
Yeah,
Jelly
yeah,
Roll
I
is,
like
right? Jelly Roll's cool.
Yeah.
Well, Jesse Webb's in here. Good morning, sir. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. I'm good. I'm early in the morning, so I'm ready to get started with it.
All right, nice. All right, well, tell us about STEPS, man. What is STEPS and what's the mission?
So STEPS is my nonprofit organization. It's the acronym for Striving to Empower Potential Success. I believe everyone has the potential to be successful. It's just finding the help that they need and for them to be willing to accept the help. I think a lot of help come from prideful things or I can do it type things, but we have to get them to lower that standard of pride and step in and get the help they need to be successful to help the next one. Me being here from Katrina, which kind of birthed this in me, from sleeping on the floor to where I'm at now. And I knew I had the potential to be successful because I already was, but I just had to reorganize some things. So I wanted to bring that here because, believe it or not, during Katrina, when people were taking people in, I took someone in from Austin in my home.
Wow,
what?
really?
You reverse, you did Uno reverse on
It
that.
just happened that way. It's like
Life.
nobody knows that really.
Yeah.
People around me, they actually know that. So
Okay.
it's just being in that position of wanting to just be a asset to the community or any community. I did it in New Orleans. I do it here. My mom did it. It's just that it's in me to help.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's where steps come in.
Each one, reach one, and teach one.
Yeah.
That's something you guys. Sometimes you just have to do that because you find yourself in a position of helping out someone who there are a lot of folks who came from New Orleans that had to deal with Katrina. There's a lot of folks here that have had to deal with madness as well. So if you can give a little bit back, while you're receiving, at some point you end up building kind of a bridge. I think
Yes,
at some
yes.
point. So STEPS offers help to individuals and families in need. How do these programs impact the community?
Well, so it's not just about giving help, and I think a lot of time what we've met a lot of people that need help every month. Steps is more about how can we fix the problem that you need to have help.
Okay.
We just don't want to give you your light bills due. We don't want to just pay your light bill. We want to sit down with you, see what is there a money management issue, what's the problem, so that we can get you on a stable course that you're not needing help every month.
Yeah.
So we want to get to the root of the problem, not just put a Band-Aid on the problem until you start to bleed again.
I
And
like that.
We get people come every month. So we have to realize there's a problem.
Yeah.
It's not that you need money. There's some education. There's some knowledge. There's something else that's missing. So we need to tap into what's really missing to get you in a position that you're just not needing help every month and put you in a position also to give help.
That sounds like that would be hard to do because if there's one thing no one wants is the light cast upon them about my spending habits. I feel like it would get adversarial. It'd be confrontational because, man, you telling me I can't buy a pizza twice a week. I got it's Thursday night football. I got to, so.
And I tell them, yes,
Those
I
are
am.
hard.
Because it's about truth.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And none of this work if we're going to lie to you about what it really needs. We got to get out of the habit of not trying to hurt someone to protect them.
Yeah.
Because you have to hurt to heal. If you never go through anything, you'll know not to teach the experience to those who go through the same hurt.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
If I had never been homeless, I would never know how to deal with homelessness.
Yeah.
It gives you a different view. You can see it, If you've been hurt, you know how to heal, so you know how to help others heal.
Yeah.
And so a lot of times we try to get you out of that pride thing. I don't want nobody to know what people need to know.
Yeah.
Because we put up fronts.
Yeah.
Right.
And we never know you was hurting the whole time. You've dying because you didn't want nobody to know you were dying. So until you speak it out, and it don't have to be out loud, at least tell someone in private, get the help that you need, and not stop living for everyone else.
Right. Do you find that as black men, that's what our biggest problem
Oh,
is?
yes, Lord.
Is we don't want to ask for help because that makes us look soft.
Yeah.
It makes us look like we're not handling our business. And sometimes we just need that guidance.
Yeah.
You know, tires only last 100,000 miles, and pretty soon you got to get them off. So at some point, it's like, okay, I've taken this as far as I can go, but I really, really need some help.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know something I do? I see it all the time. Especially if I see somebody on Facebook. I don't need nobody. I'm gonna do it all myself.
Yeah, man.
You can ask a lot of them. I go into their inbox and say, "What's wrong? What's going on?"
Yeah.
Because that's really a cry for help.
It is.
Because we all need somebody.
Yeah.
We could not do it all by ourselves.
Nope.
We couldn't. Because you would miss something.
Give me the catapult.
I'll
I'll ask for that
And
help.
I'm telling you, because I used to be like, I just didn't want nobody. I didn't want nobody to help me. I had been in a position where somebody helped me and then they threw it back in my face.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that breaks down those walls. But you also have to take that chance again to trust someone, because we all are not the same. There are someone who's genuinely trying to help.
Right, right. We're talking with Jesse Webb from Steps this morning. If you're just joining us, also, Jesse, can you give me an example, or give us an example of where Steps made a significant difference in someone's life?
Oh, man. And also a fun fact. I've been here since, 19 years on the 12th of this month.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Since I've been here, I've taken in almost 200 kids.
Okay.
A lot of people think I just do it. I think because it's true, but it's actually a program of Steps that I help these kids through with. I have a big love for kids of incarcerated parents, or parents of incarcerated kids, to help them. So I was just thinking of one. I don't know if y'all see him on social media. His name is Lamar Sanchez, but he go by the Black Willy Wonka now. And you'll see him in different states and different countries.
Yeah.
He actually come through the program of Steps. Of just being there for him.
Nice.
There's quite a few.
Yeah.
And they mention it, but I think we have to be willing to hear what it is. Unfortunately, some communities, the negative gets out much faster than the positive.
Yeah.
And the difference with our organization, which it kind of hurts us, we don't brag about it, because we want to be able to put us in a position that you're coming for help, and that we're not just finna blast that you came and we helped you.
Yep.
And unfortunately, in our community, that's very, very important. It's very positive, because we don't want to feel like we've been put on blast. We don't want to feel like, and so the privacy is important. But most of the time, we try to explain. Also, we need to mention something to help the organization grow. We have to not brag about it, but also show that we are making a difference in the community with public and private help.
That's a hard one, and I've always and also I've seen this gentleman before. He's dope. It's a legend already made. If you're on Instagram, I love this guy. One of the hardest things is when people are going through stuff, and this is definitely, I'm gonna go with black men community stuff first. When you help somebody, you don't like we talked about. You don't want it to be broadcast that you needed help in the first place. But sometimes your story, or the fact that you were willing to take that first step to get help, and that being publicized in a way that's not necessarily being disingenuous or making a person look weak or frail or fragile, even though sometimes we are, that helps other people and it gives them strength. And so a lot of times we have those moments where we're like, man, I don't want everybody to know my business. But sometimes your business is giving somebody else license to share their problem.
Yes.
They're hurt. I was listening to you talk about people, and even Jabari talking about people being hurt and not being willing to talk about the hurt that they are going through because they're so prideful. And then that just leads them to getting hurt even more. Or it leads us to not going to the doctor and getting checked up on that ache we just talked about. So I think you're doing a heck of a service. I was about to cuss this now.
I
You're doing a heck of a service for what you're doing.
You got
Okay,
me
so I do
thinking.
make them a correction.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are not just black men. We are black women also.
I got
Yes.
it.
Okay.
I'm just because
I got to be strong in it because
I'm-
there's a lot of help in the black men.
Right.
So,
Oh, true.
Yeah.
I'm looking from the perspective of where I'm at. But
Yes,
I got
no
you.
problem.
I got
Yes,
you.
sir. I got you. I
But
got
thank you for that.
Yeah, because we don't want the sisters calling them because the first person they're going to yell at is me.
you. Yeah.
saying we need help too.
And I'm
Say,
walking
wait
out.
a minute now, wait.
You ain't yelling at me today. I'm walking out. It's too hot for this. Okay.
You know, I
it's
love
about to be
about them, though,
99.
they're a little less prideful.
Yeah.
They are. It's much easier.
Yeah.
They take the help. They use the help. They spread the help.
Yeah.
Another fun fact story is with Steps is that also when I got here years ago, and I love what I do. Nobody could change it because of where I come from. Is that out of nowhere, this lady comes into the salon. Her son's 14th birthday, and she brought him in. She said, "I heard about you. You do good locks and you do the hair thing." But she said, I heard that you help young men. I said, yes. She left him. Never came back to get him.
No, come on. Really?
He became one of my sons.
Yeah.
Productive in the community. He does well.
Look at that.
A lot of people around me know who he is and stuff, but a lot of people don't know that.
Wow.
He's been with, and now he's 30.
Wait, where you at, Jesse? I got a couple kids I want to drop off.
But you'll be surprised.
Never to pick up again.
But see, the downsides to that with me being a male and the way society is now,
Yeah.
they put such a negative side on that. So
Oh,
I don't
right.
worry about it because I know my calling.
I can
Right.
imagine.
But I stick with it. I have kids from all over.
Yeah.
I've been a foster parent for years. Steps is not just about being seen. We actually want to make a difference on whatever level that is need to a difference that is need to be made.
Yeah.
And we're willing to go the extra mile. And it's not just me. And people mostly see me. And that's why now I'm trying to brand it where there's different faces. But if you go to the website, there's different faces. This is my guys here that also work. But they usually see me because the fact that I do hair is overridden every organization that I have.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that was unfortunate because when you walked in, first thing I did is I looked at the hair. I was like, okay,
Working the locks.
yeah, let me go ahead and grow my stuff.
That's your business card. I mean, that's
It started
one of the
here.
one of the things that we know you for, and I think it's cool that you have other things. I didn't know all this other stuff.
Yes.
And so you start talking about the restaurant and all of that. All these are things that I didn't know about, but that's your not calling card, but it's your foot in. And that gets the conversation started to where now you can bring in this other stuff. You're like, oh, but I also do this.
Yes.
You were naming off all the other things you do, and I think that's a beautiful thing because 19 years here, there are people been here 30, 40, 50 years, ain't did nothing. You know?
Well, I know I'm a true servant. That's
Yeah, you
nobody. I'm here to serve. I don't
Yeah.
take anything personal. I'm almost 60 years old now. I just don't take anything personal. That old no good deed goes unpunished. It's a true statement, but when you know that you're doing something from the heart, it doesn't matter what people say. You do it to help other people.
Yeah.
I also know I'm a preacher too, right? So
Get it? Come on, man. Tell them.
Except for his-
What we got?
So I will no longer call you Lenny the looter,
Right.
Looting Lenny. Remember?
Yeah.
Because Jesse got you beat. Jesse
Yeah.
said, "What you need? I
Yeah,
got a
I
business
got it.
card in here
Exactly.
somewhere. I do that too.
Yep.
I do that. What do you
Yeah.
need? Yep. I can marry that.
Yeah.
funny thing you said that I have a wedding that I did in my salon. I did the singing, I did the cooking, I was the preacher,
Oh my God.
and I married this couple in my
Yeah,
salon.
I know. That's a yeah.
And
That's
these are all true facts. These are all true stories. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
not made up. This
Yeah.
is real life.
a preacher that does locks and gumbo and saves lives. It can't get no better than that, man. It can't get no better than that.
and-
Was
and
one of your
taking-
kids that you married?
I was gonna say taking
I
kids.
wanted I'm a foster parent also.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the foster parents. I try to, with my fostering, I try to unite the kids back with their original
at
families if
that.
it's
Yeah.
possible. There's
Wow.
some situations that you can't.
I get it.
And see, this is all done through steps.
Yep.
But everybody see Jesse is done through steps. So she had met someone, they want to get married, so I married them. I meet a lot of people who say, I'm just going to the justice of the peace. I said, no, I'm going to marry you. Because it ain't about money.
No.
And people also, I get a chance to counsel because marriage isn't just about the wedding.
No, it's not.
And a lot of people think
That's
that.
a whole. That's a whole nother subject.
Oh my God.
Me and my wife, we be laughing at people all the time. We just celebrated 10 years of marriage. Man, we laughing at people that spent thousands of dollars on their wedding that ain't still married.
And ain't married no
And
more.
me and her, man, we got
2 years.
married for less than $300.
Wow.
So-
And my sister was the officiant.
That's what's up. That's
The
what's
thing
up.
about steps, so we try to, we don't overdo it. We try to just see where the need is, and if we can help, we will help.
I was going to ask you where can people pour into you? We had Chuck Mahone on the last show, and he talked about how people are pouring back into him
Helping
so that
others.
he can help out and give to others. Where can people contact you and pour back in you? And what do you need?
So we're located. We have Facebook, which is Striving to Empower Potential Success, which is STEPS. We do have a website, which is www.stephelps.org. My phone number has been public forever.
It sounds like it.
It's been public forever. We're located. Our main office is at 7218 McNeil Road, inside of my studio. I have a music studio too, where I try to help those kids who want to do music. They get the opportunity to come there.
Okay.
They do community service. We'll give them the opportunity to express themselves through music or whatever their talent is. And always, I mean, you can Google. I'm Googleable, as they say.
All right.
Yeah.
Google-
If you Google
Googleable.
me, all the accolades comes up with it. Very helpful. The biggest thing is getting people who want to help. Y'all know that. And if anybody has a nonprofit, they know when you have volunteers, they have to understand it's volunteer. It's not necessarily a paid job.
Right.
Right.
Because you have a lot of people volunteering. If they see you get $20 in, they start looking at you a little. What's my cut?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
people,
Yep.
it's just really having someone who sincerely wants to help. If you're coming to help just to post on your social media, you're showing that you gave someone something.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we're just not looking for that.
No.
You know, so we looking for someone who sincerely have a need and wants to see the community do better, who wants to see the community grow, who wants to see people grow, and that's what we need as steps.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
and not to mention funding always help.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Nobody likes to talk about money. I'm not afraid to talk about it because funding always help. $5, $1, $2.
Yeah.
Especially all
We
these
are very
kids.
transparent. As where anything goes, you can always see our records.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of help. Believe it or not, I did for my birthday. I did a homeless feeding, and I went on my TikTok to do it, and I had more people on TikTok to send me funds than people that was local.
Ain't that something?
That's crazy.
It's strangers. They say that strangers sometimes will be your biggest supporters,
Yes.
and the people you know might not give you a dime. They might give you a view.
Yeah.
They might maybe they might like you if you
They
got
might.
good ones. They
Yeah.
might like you, but they'll view you. But the strangers out there will outpour with the support.
Yes.
And TikTok.
Yeah.
You don't tell me you're doing videos on TikTok.
You know what?
Yeah.
I don't know how it happened.
Uh-huh.
I get a few thousand viewers every day. I go and I just do hair and they watch.
Yeah.
But I love them because they're concerned about my health.
Uh-huh.
They help. If anything I say I want, they just come and do it.
Look at that.
Yep.
It's just like I say. I just try to be genuine. I ain't perfect by no chance, but I just try to be genuine in my actions and what I'm trying to do to help people.
No,
Yeah.
Which is what Steps is all about.
Show me somebody who is perfect,
Yeah.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Christmas toy drive. I got to mention this. You got a Christmas toy drive coming up.
Every year we do just Christmas toy drive for those, in the community. Oh God, let me see it. Let me tell you something. I say stuff because nobody kind of controls who I am, so I think that makes it uncomfortable that I'm kind of self-made, except for God. The Christmas toy drive has become a competition in Austin.
Yeah.
I know I said it, but it has.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's gonna give the best? Who's gonna give the biggest? We just want to give those who need.
Yeah.
I've never phantom given these kids a PS5. Because the game's $100, so if they can't afford the game, how they gonna get?
That's true. Yeah. Facts.
You know, it's just some things you have to watch how you're doing it because you actually cause more of a problem.
Yeah, you do.
Than
Yeah.
you do a solution to
No,
it.
you're right.
And,
And I don't have PS5,
Yeah.
but I did not know it was $100 till just now.
Man, that
yeah,
game
yeah.
system
The
is
game-
about
yeah.
600 just to
Yeah,
start.
that's right.
And then you
So-
got to upgrade and
Yeah.
all that other
What?
stuff.
and
yeah.
it sounds good, but are you really helping them? I'd rather give you a meal. I'd rather see
Yeah.
clothing, something that's gonna
Yeah.
last.
Yeah.
Those type of things, So that it still works. You have those that, and I can say it becomes a competition because now instead of coming together as a community, We have 8 different spots for toy drives.
Right.
So you really get people to go to all 8 spots.
Nice.
Well, and I wished, and I kind of wished, and I talk about this. I do comedy, and so I tell people all the time that you'll see a person do a really cool show, right? And some people's mindset, a lot of people's is, oh man, I want to do a show just like that. Why don't you just go and help that person make that show? Did you see that there were seats that weren't full? Help them sell that auditorium out, and then maybe make another show, and maybe carve a spot for yourself there. Instead, everybody just wants to create, and they're devising, and they're making competition, and they're separating the stuff. When you could put all that energy and power together and make that a beautiful thing, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
You could instead of it being a one-day thing, now you got 2 days.
Yes.
You take Monday, you take Tuesdays, you know, and so
Yeah.
and that's no longer just a black community thing. Because we always talk about black people can't work together. I think we all have issues working together.
Oh, yeah.
We all do.
Yeah.
So
we
I
do.
hear that competition thing. That's
Yes.
that's interesting.
Yeah, it is. It's real.
Yeah, it is.
It's real.
Most definitely. Well, give us your website one more time, if you would, please, so folks can find you.
Stepshelp.org. Stephelps.org.
Okay, so steps, so not step or steps.
Steps with an S.
Okay.
Help, singular.org. www.stepshelp.org.
Help.
Yeah. That's
Help
it.
them
Help.
out. Help them out.
It sounds like that's what you do.
But you know,
You
one
help.
of our biggest things is our lupus push for the women.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know that lupus affects everyone, but it's 80 to 90% in African American women.
Right, right. Yeah, I have a friend, a couple friends with lupus.
I found a dear love for this because my mom passed during COVID. But the year before she passed, after all these years, found out she was diagnosed with lupus, never told us.
Wow.
But I had already started doing the Lupus Foundation
Look at that.
here because, unfortunately, it wasn't helping the black community. So I stepped in and said, well, I'll start doing an organization here in the black community because they have somewhere to meet, which was way out west, 8 o'clock at night. But if you have these women who are already sick, how are they going to get up and drive that far away?
Right.
That's
You
very
need
true.
something a little more central. So I started what it was called Heals the Hair, but it was to support the women who have lupus. So I try to see if they need medicine, if they need a ride to the store, if they need something to support that, because a lot of women who do have lupus, they don't like to be seen. But
Yeah.
I try to present a place where they're comfortable enough to come out, and we get other women to come out and walk for them, show them we love them. We get the men to come out and show them that we love them. Let's
Yeah.
do stuff because it's a silent killer in our community.
Yeah.
Because they don't necessarily look sick right now, but 20 minutes from now they can be totally ill.
Wow.
Wow.
And another fact is that it affects men too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah,
So-
most
So
definitely.
we have had this year. Our show is in May. It's always the Sunday before Mother's Day.
Man, that
Um,
would have been nice.
we
I
did-
didn't know about that. You had a daddy-daughter walk too?
But
Man.
we couldn't do it because a lot of stuff with COVID and the
Yeah.
prices have gone up on these places so
Yeah, they
much.
have.
Yes. You know, we are a nonprofit, but we will be back this year in May. May 4th, in May of 2025, the Sunday before Mother's Day.
Okay.
That's one of our biggest, our most pride things that is just do. These women really come out. They put their heels on. It's about celebrating the everyday woman.
Yeah.
And they don't have, there's no form or fashion. We just want to celebrate the women in our community. Let them come out and be themselves. And the men, because they heals the hair, we don't get as much support, but it's for the men to come out and support the women.
And support the women. Exactly.
Let
Exactly.
them be in their own natural beauty.
I like it.
There's no shape, no form, no size. It's just black women being black women.
Hey.
I love that.
Love it.
Absolutely love
Beautiful
that.
thing.
We were joined by
Oh, yes.
LeBron.
Yes, sir.
And let me turn this over to you.
Pleasure.
So LeBron, I see you're a board member
Yes.
and community relations.
Yes.
How do you get to do your job? Because
It sounded like he doing all of it.
Jesse is, yeah. How do you get it? Because I feel like people would be like, yeah, man, we already talked to Jesse. I bet you get that a lot. It's, yeah, we already heard out from Jesse, or Jesse told such and such and such and such. But when it comes to you, what's the best way of getting a lot of this information out so people can know? Because when I was asking you that it's hard to talk to someone about having that light cast on them and not doing the right thing with their finances, ain't nobody trying to hear that. So LeBron, the hard thing is on you, right? Is trying to figure out how to get the message received. Is that the hardest part?
Pretty much. I mean, I've been knowing this man over 15 years. Man.
Oh, wow.
And and I'm one of the guys that
Steps.
with
Oh,
Steps.
okay. Yeah.
And I'm one of the guys that he helped, evolve and become who I am now. And a lot of people see me, I'm just another face with him until they understand my position. And that makes it easier. Sometimes he's difficult to get to. And so they look for me.
Okay.
You know, and it's easy for me to lead with the information on far what Steps does. And then before I even elevate him and let him meet the big guy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. So as you all heard, I mean, his schedule is so busy and intense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they always need someone. We want to be active in the community consistently, consistently active. So we always want them to be able to get in contact and we want to be easily accessible.
Yeah.
And that's one of the major parts of how we influence and help the community.
Nice. Absolutely awesome. Love it.
He's like the Hydra, man. He has
man,
tentacles and heads and everything. That's so cool. Thank you for what you do, but thank you for explaining what you do. Because so many of us do a lot of things, but we can't explain what we do. And you broke down everything in such a way that I think there has to be listeners that heard that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Wait a minute, I didn't know.
Yep.
And hopefully there's going to be some people that are going to, as we talked about when our interview with Shaka, they're going to be reaching out to help the helper as well.
Exactly. Give to the givers.
Give to the
Give it
givers.
to the givers. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming in. We certainly appreciate it, man. Certainly appreciate it. Stepshelp.org is the website. Jesse, LeBron, appreciate y'all coming in, man, to the morning grind.
It's a pleasure.
All right. May God continue to bless you and order your steps and make your path clear so that you can bless other people's lives, man. That is such a wonderful thing. Especially with Luda joints right there, boy. Woo,
Man, you came in hard with that, dude.
man, I had to get y'all with this one, son.
Somebody walked into work with an attitude for a second. Hey, let me tell you something. It's Wednesday.
I will throw them bows.
Taking no mess off you.
They went to the machine. They got a drink.
Yeah, they
they
did.
came back.
Yeah, they did.
And they just pushed somebody back into their cubicle. There was a stiff arm that came off of that
Throw
song
them both.
Hey,
because
It
they got
says-
them earbuds in.
It says, what's the song say?
Throw them both.
Throw them
Don't
bows.
blame me. Blame Jabari.
I'll take it.
He's at the helm today.
I'll take it.
At 9 o'clock, sir?
Yes, sir.
At 9?
At 9:48 and
Jabari,
17 seconds,
Who,
sir.
who hurt you?
Yeah, who hurt you?
What happened last night?
Dang.
Oh God, no. Last night was fine.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get enough sleep. though.
hey.
No, it wasn't because of that. It was, believe me, this was fun. It wasn't because of that. I wish, man. No, I don't know. For some reason, I couldn't sleep last night. I really couldn't. Actually, I fell asleep early, and then like about 2:00 in the morning, it was like ding, lights on,
It was time
and
to go.
Well, Jesse's the passer. You ain't. Ain't there a gummy for that? Like if
It may not be
you
some
can't sleep.
May not be some gummy, but he may have some gumbo.
Oh, we were close.
Man,
Throwing them
we
bows.
were
Now that's a
close.
bow he can throw.
That was
Yeah,
really
he can
good.
throw that.
Yeah. We were so close. He said he was actually trying to bring us food this
Yeah.
morning.
Oh man, if he'd have brought some food,
Can we bring him back next Wednesday? I'm so, keep
And
it
the
right
only
back.
day he comes.
I'll text Jay Hunt and get him to come back through.
Wednesday.
Look, all the morning grind hosts right now, they throwing they listening device right now.
Yeah.
Like, no, he can come back on my day. They
Exactly.
stingy.
We ain't gonna
Exactly.
talk about nothing. We gonna be in here eating, and he gonna get the talk.
Just some smacking.
Crumbs flying
Bring
all
three
over the
balls.
place.
And
For
some
real.
more of that bread over there. You got some.
That part.
Yeah, keep talking, Jesse.
Exactly. All right, we getting ready to check out of here, fellas. Any last minute words, last second knowledge drops?
I got one for you guys.
Go
Find something in this world that you love. It might be similar to what I said last Wednesday, but I'm gonna stick with it again. Find something you love in this world and go for it. I was talking with one of the young men that came with Jess today, and I mentioned the idea of what my gift is. My gift is talking. Find your gift. If you're fortunate enough to find your gift and let it be something that makes opportunities for you, hold on to that. If it hasn't made opportunities for you yet, guess what? Sentiment's the same. Hold on to it.
Yep. Amen to that. Dab Dub, what you got, bud?
Hey, you may start as an intern. You can end up as a mogul. And we talked about that today. And just because one bad apple did something doesn't mean that everybody does that. So keep grinding. Keep using the blueprint.
Yeah.
Keep working towards your mogul status.
Amen to that. Family communication, so important, and I know we've talked about that over and over again. Communicate with your folks, man. That's what's been on my heart. Communicate with your family. I had a chance to see some folks I grew up with this past week. We laid to rest a good friend of mine and good friend of ours. Rest in peace, Derek Black, LBJ High. It was hard to walk in there because I knew I was going to see him like that. But you just have to dive into that pool. And it was great to hear about all the great things he done. He was a bonus dad. He drove a cab and took folks anywhere they needed to go. They'd call him at the last minute, and he would pick folks up and take them wherever they needed to go. He and I were the same age. Actually, he's about 1 month and 26 days older than I am.
Real close.
And he literally lived 3 minutes walking distance around the corner from me. And it was difficult to see him, but it was great to know that he had gotten closer to God, that he had given all of his, he given all he had to his family.
Yeah.
And as family and friends and folks I ain't seen in years, man, we all gathered together. We got a great selfie. Look for it on my Facebook page, man. It's really cool, and it just did my heart good to see a lot of those folks. So stay up with your people. It's something I got to work on too.
Can I try one real quick? And this
Yes,
is a
sir.
pivot slightly.
Go for it.
I want to shout my daughter out.
Go for it.
My little girl turns 16 tomorrow, y'all.
Yes.
Yeah, man, 16. Shout out. She ain't got no Instagram. She ain't got no Facebook. I don't know how she gonna know that I'm shouting her out, but other than that, I just want to shout her out to the high heavens. Love you, Simone. Have a good day at school. And yeah, man, 16, dude.
Nice.
But, yeah, family. Family is all that it is, man.
It's all about that, man.
Yeah.
It is all about fam. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us on the Morning Grind on 88.7 FM KAZI. Certainly appreciate it. Don't forget to join me later on tonight for jazz and other vibes. It's smooth jazz and R&B from today and back in the day. I'll be featuring some artists that are going to be playing at the Austin Women in Jazz Festival this weekend. You want information on that? For information on that, go to womeninjazz.org. It's 2 nights of great music, local, national, regional artists, and we definitely want you to drop by and check that out. I'll also be featuring music cover versions of some music by Frankie Beverly and Mays from folks that you know. So it won't be just anybody. It'll be some folks you're very familiar with who've done their versions as a tribute to Frankie Beverly and Mays. Once again, we appreciate the folks over at Steps for coming by, and also appreciate Sarah from the Office of Emergency Management